Okay, so what we usually see is that if you or someone on your team is suffering from burnout, it's not caused by too much work. It's usually caused when there are unclear expectations. Stay with me, team. Today, we're all about fixing that by talking about role clarity. Now, your org chart shows where someone sits in the organization, and a role page shows how someone succeeds. And if you don't have role pages, if you don't have position descriptions, if it's not clear what a role actually does, people end up guessing what great looks like, which leads to overwork, rework, and constant escalation. This is one of the fastest ways to improve performance without having to hire more people. Now, a good role page answers 5 questions clearly. Why does this role exist? What does success look like? What are the core responsibilities? And balloons? What decisions does this role own? And where does this role go should they need support or they need to escalate something? When people are able to answer these questions, like you're going to allow them to do in your playbook, they work with confidence instead of hesitating, constantly second guessing things, and having decision fatigue. So, what do we include in each role page? Simple. Every role page should include the role's purpose, like I said. So, why this role matters to the business, the core outcomes. So, the results that this role is accountable for. Next one is key responsibilities. So, not everything they do, but just the important stuff. We can add things as we go later. Decision authority always gets missed. What can they decide on their own versus what needs sign off or escalation or permission, if you like. Tools and systems. What tools, systems, processes do they need to do their job really, really well? This removes ambiguity and it reduces unnecessary check-ins. And remember, these pages are designed to set people up for success, to set them up to win. How do I know what the gold standard looks like? How do I know what an A player would do in this role? Now, the biggest mistake I see is founders, ops leads, GMs, whoever's developing this, turning role pages into these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 page long job descriptions. You don't need to list every single task. The main thing that you get down is defining ownership and outcomes, because clarity beats having everything listed down. So your action step for today is to pick one role in your organization, and you're going to write out the purpose of that role, 3 outcomes that they own, 5 responsibilities that matter most, and 1 decision that they can make without having to get approval from you. Now, that alone will reduce confusion and stress. Now, in the next video, we're going to move into policies, because clarity without boundaries still gives you a world of hurt and that friction that causes stress and delay.